Greif Bock.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I have got one here today from the Josef Greif Brauerei. This is from Beer Heaven, which is Bavaria, specifically Upper Franconia. And it is from the Josef Greif Brauerei, which is based there. Now, Franconia has a really big heritage of breweries, and the biggest one there being the Kulmbacher Brewery, which has got quite a few breweries underneath its umbrella, if you like. But there is a hell of a lot more smaller breweries. I think in Bavaria it's got the largest concentration of breweries. I think I read that somewhere. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, but it's got a lot basically, and it's renowned for its brewing excellence. Now, this is the first one I've tried from the Josef Greif Brauerei. Greif in German means griffin, hence the reason you have a depiction of a griffin on there. I'm not sure whether you can see that. I'm fucking miles away from the camera there. Now, that's what it is. Now, I really like that design, and they do a decent t-shirt, and in researching this, the website's all in German. I've actually ordered a t-shirt of that because I really like the design. I don't know what the beer's like, but t-shirt looked really good, so I'll give them a mark for the t-shirt. But it's nice, and I've been looking up on their brewery, trying to employ my shitty German language skills.
Welcome to Germany, gentlemen.
He talks funny, isn't it? Like on a film or something.
He's German, like that guy we're fighting, Hitler or whatever.
But from what I can gather, they do a full range of German-style beers. They do wheat beers, they do lagers, they do bocks, which this is actually new, and it's a seasonal beer, and it's brewed for around winter time. And as the name suggests, Bock, Doppelbocks are very strong. Bock beer is a strong beer, this one being 6.6%. But it looks quite interesting. Now, this lot have been going for over 150 years, apparently. So there's a fair bit of heritage involved with this lot. As I say, never had one from there before. They're from a place called Forchheim, which is in Upper Franconia, and Forchheim is, I think, the largest town in Upper Franconia. From what I've read, anyway, there's a few. I think Bamberg is in Upper Franconia as well. But if you look at the towns that are based there, you've just got so many good beers that come from them. Bamberg, of course, being the Schlenkerler, famous smoke beer brewery that's based there. So it does have a lot going for it. So let's see how good this really is. Right, well, it's a 500ml bottle. It's 6.6%, as I've just said. It is a Bock beer. Bock beer, of course, being a strong beer. It is seasonal, so I'm assuming it's just like a winter beer. Winter Bocks usually are. This doesn't say it's a winter Bock, it just says it's a Bock beer. But of course, Bock beers are bottom fermented beers which are strong in alcohol, which this has got. There's very little information on the label. There is only one label there. There is the cap. Have I got it up the right way? Yeah, there's the cap there. Really like that little griffin design. I will tell you exactly how much this costs. I got it from the bottle shop that is based in Hereford. I don't know the name of it, but just look up bottle shop in Hereford and you'll see. And this stuff cost me... Where is it? Oh yeah, Brewery Josef Greif Bock. Cost me £3.90. So hopefully this is going to be a good one. Now, I tried one yesterday. I've got quite a few German beers, seasonal German beers. But I tried the Tuka Crystal Christmas Market beer. I think it was called Christmas Kindle Marked beer. Really didn't like that. That wasn't good. That was really, really sulphurous. And you could almost taste the sulphur in it. I didn't like it. I give it a low mark. I really hope that this isn't like that in any way. So let's stop guessing and let's get this open. Now, as I was just talking about, that Tuka beer was a Marzen. This is a Bock, so it's a different style of beer. So hopefully it's not going to have that horrible sulphurous smell and taste to it. It really wasn't good at all, and that really surprised me from Tuka. There's the cap again, by the way. Put that in the collection. Let's get it into the glass. Now, Bock beer is, as I say, bottom fermented. Doppelbocks are usually dark in colour. Bock beer is normally light or amber in colour, which this one is. I have to say, it does look good, unlike the glass, which is fucking filthy. Don't know what's happening there. What are we getting on the nose? It smells quite nice, actually. Quite sweet malt on that. And a little touch of the spice that you normally associate with noble hops. And of course this does conform to the Reinheitsgebot, as you would expect from a Bavarian brewer. I don't think there's any brewer in Bavaria that doesn't. I think they will be hung, drawn and quartered if they did. Do you know what? I don't know if it's my imagination. I don't know whether I've got COVID, but I'm getting a little sulphurous smell off this as well. And I'm really hoping it's not going to taste like that Marzen that I tried yesterday. There it is in the glass. Looks quite clear. Fair bit of carbonation. The head is dissipating here. But it looks pretty reasonable. But there's a little sulphurous smell that's just coming through now. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what's going on. Prost, as they say in Germany. Oh, that's really nice. No hint of sulphur on there. Oh, it's really good. There's lovely sweet honey notes on that. Quite sweet malt, sweet Pilsner malt as well. And it is all the way through, it's quite mild. But there is a little touch of earthiness and lemon citrus on this. But it's really nice on the palate. Very sweet. Honey sweetness. Tinged with a little bit of spice. And a little bit of lemon, which balances it out perfectly. And you wouldn't know that this was a 6.6% beer. There's absolutely no hint of ethanol in that whatsoever. It's just malty and honey sweetness, and on the finish you're getting some lemon citrus and a little bit of earth and a touch of spice, but the malts really do dominate in this one. The more it goes down, the more you get the spice on the finish, and it's slightly dry as well, or it's making it taste slightly dry. I don't mind that actually, that is quite nice. The carbonation on this is a little bit aggressive, but it's not obtrusive, which I like. It's got a dryness to it, which is almost like a champagne dryness, if you know what I mean. And that's right on the finish, and that really accentuates the spice and the earthy notes that come from the hops. But all in all, it is pretty reasonable. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. I'm just looking at that. I don't know whether it's me, but is that slightly cloudy? It could be just my eyes or this glass, but to me it looks slightly cloudy. In the camera you're probably not seeing that. It's very, very subtle. The head is virtually dissipated on that one. No complaints whatsoever. That is a really nice German Bock beer. So what's the verdict on Greif Bock? Yeah, it isn't too bad at all. It's a Bock beer. It's strong in alcohol. You'd never know that because there is no taste of the ethanol or no hint of ethanol on there. You have got quite a dry finish, almost like a hint of champagne dryness on that, which makes it interesting, and it accentuates the spice and the lemon citrus that's on here. But you do get that lovely sweet honey and malty note on the palate, and it's quite big and it's quite nice. It's not the best beer I've tasted from Bavaria. It doesn't blow me away. It's not outstanding, put it that way. But what it is a very nice Bock beer, a seasonal Bock beer that would go down very well any time of the year. You know, even in summer. That, I think, you know, you took that straight out of the fridge. That would be a really nice and refreshing beer. But I like it. That's good. I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. It's £3.90 if you want to buy it over here. And the only place I've seen selling it is that bottle shop in Hereford. And I really should check that out and write it down so you can find it. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just look up these remote bottle shops. I've sort of done all the, I wouldn't say I've done all the beers on Beers of Europe, but I want something, I want a bit of variety. These beers are hard to get hold of over here. And I think that the bottle shops, you know, the ones that are sort of more obscure, they do these more obscure beers, and this is what I'm into. And to be honest, you know, somebody contacted me the other day and say you don't really review much craft beer now. And to be honest, I'm really not going to go out of my way to buy much craft beer. There is so many other people reviewing craft beer on YouTube. I've just made the decision now that, yeah, if I see a craft beer and I'm out and about and it's reasonably cheap, I'll buy it and review it. But I'm not going out of my way to order in loads of craft beer when there is an absolute untapped seam of German beer and Belgian beer, and most importantly British beer, that is not getting reviewed, and I think it should be. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on now. Now, if you've got a problem with that, you know, fair enough, but that's what I'm going to do. If you want craft beer reviews, to be honest, I don't mind some of the, you know, the New England stuff and the, you know, the West Coast stuff and that sort of American pale ale style. But to be honest, I think everybody is concentrating on craft beer now, and stuff like this and the traditional British, the traditional Belgian, traditional German stuff is getting, I wouldn't say ignored, but just overlooked. And I want to sort of redress that balance. So there isn't going to be as much craft beer reviewed on this channel as there used to be. So that's what I'm saying now. So there you go. As for this, 8.5 out of 10, recommended. Get it from the shop that's in Hereford. Do a Google search. I will look it up myself and I will write it down so I can tell you next time I try a beer. I've got quite a few German and Belgian beers from this place, and I will write it down, find out and tell you, so as you know. And remember, beer is working class champagne.